First question was adapted from 2015 paper 2 past paper, biology past paper. Okay, so the first question reads, figure 1.1 and the figure 1.2 show the structure of specialized cells in plants. Figure 1.1 and figure 1.2 show the structure of specialized cells in plants. Okay, so we have got these two figures, figure 1.1 and figure 1.2. So before you answer any question about these two figures, it is very important to analyze these two diagrams we have. After analyzing, we can go to the given questions. So the first question is saying, identify the cells labeled A and B. Identify the cells labeled A and B. So the cell labeled A, we can call this as the cell wall. So this is the cell wall. And the cell labeled B is the guard cell. This is specifically the guard cell, one pair of a guard cell. One of the guard cell, yes. We move on to question A, Roman numeral 2. Identify the parts labeled C and D. Identify the parts labeled C and D. So the part labeled C is the chloroplast. Since these guard cells are found in a leaf needs light intensity, which is absorbed in the chloroplast. Those chloroplasts contains chlorophyll needed for photosynthesis. So the part labeled C is the chloroplast. And the part labeled D is the epidermal cell. Okay. Question B, Roman numeral 1 is saying, which figure shows a closed stomata? Which figure shows a closed stomata? So between figure 1.1 and figure 1.2, which one shows a closed stomata? So if you are able to look clearly on these two diagrams, you can be able to tell that figure 1.1 is a closed, shows a closed stomata, a closed stoma rather. Okay. So the other question 2 is saying, explain how the opening of a stoma is brought about. Explain how the opening of a stoma is brought about. So changes in turgidity of the guard cells leads to opening and closing of stomata. Okay. So when, like I said earlier on, during the day, the guard cells will tend to gain water, hence making the stomatopore to be open. But during or rather at night, yes, at night, the guard cells will start losing water, hence making the stomatopore to be closed. So you can give that simple explanation. The other question 2 is saying, the diagram below shows a specialized cell obtained from a plant. The diagram below shows a specialized cell obtained from a plant. Okay, suggest the name of the cell shown in the diagram above. Suggest the name of the cell shown in the diagram above. So the name of this diagram, this cell, is a guard cell. Okay. B is saying, label the parts B, C, and E. Label the parts B, C, and E. So the part B is the stomatopore. Stomatal, stomatopore is B, and C is the nucleus, while E is the chloroplast. C is saying, which two parts shown on the diagram are typical of a plant cell? Which two parts shown on the diagram are typical of plant cells? Okay, so the nucleus is one part typical of a plant cell. The chloroplast and these guard cells have also vacuoles. Those are typical parts of plant cells. Okay, we move on to D. Name the paired structure found in C. Name the paired structure found in C. So the labeled part C is the nucleus. So the paired structures found in C are chromosomes. So a nucleus contains chromosomes inside, and those chromosomes are paired. E is saying, state the function of the cell above. State the function of the cell above. So the function of the guard cell is to open and close the stomatopores during the loss of water in form of water vapor. Okay.